Yo, what's up? It's your boy Dre Samp, and you're looking at another episode of Raw Thoughts, the only show on YouTube that no one watches. Blam, blam, blam. It's actually morning right now, almost 9 o'clock on a Wednesday, I believe. Kind of dreary outside. Looks like it's had rained overnight. I didn't sleep that well. It's a bad combination, and that's been a couple of nights in a row now where it's a bad combination of it's getting hot and stuffy, so I have to turn the air conditioning up, and it's really loud, and I just can't really get comfortable. I remember not really being able to sleep in my bed. But at like 3 a.m. I came out here to the couch and kind of wrestled around and maybe got a few hours, but still not enough. I got bug bites all over me. I think the other day I was outside. I just wanted to be outside, and I chilled out on my deck, drank like 4 zombie dusts, and listened to music and responded to people on IG. And and I got bites all over. What's going on? I'm currently recording videos. I want to get more on a better flow. Yesterday, I was actually going to start recording more videos, but I realized I hadn't edited all the videos I'd done in my first session, and I didn't want to record some and then have to pull some more in. So I just figured before I ever record more videos, I have to edit all the videos that have already been recorded, because I've lost a couple of videos switching back and forth between that. I've also started telling more people that I'm leaving in August, September. At this point, I've told Hui, Wayne, I just told Samira, I told Marquez Baggett on Accenture. And that dude is actually a homie. And the first time I met him, he was weird. Probably said he made a wrong first impression, or impression I got on him was wrong, weird, because he came over to my house. It was like a black hangout, and he was on live for an hour, just talking to himself on Instagram Live. It was weird, whatever. But I've come to understand him more, and that dude came to one of my shows. He came to one of my shows, and he's always been responsive, but he came to one of my shows with his girlfriend, and he didn't have to do that. He asked, and he supported me. So after that, he's been true homie. So he's OG in my book. Because normally once I start just telling people about my intentions, they come to fruition. It also kind of forces me to follow through, or else I look like I can't follow through. I remember when I got a dog, it was the same sort of thing. When I got a bass, when I do anything really, I start telling people about it. It tends to happen. So yeah, and at this point, 2 weeks. I've been thinking about myself. So it's not really right now the 2 weeks notice that I'm doing, but more like a 2 months. 2 weeks notice when you've already put your 2 weeks in notice. So it's just you're doing bullshit for 2 weeks. That's what I'm gonna be doing for the next 2 months. June, July, really half of June, all of July, and all of August. And I think it's going to be a perfect end, because my quality of work is not going to be perfect, but perfect end for me, just because that'll mark 5 years to the day, because I came to Chicago in August 2015, and I started, end of August, September 1, really, it was my beginning of the first fiscal year. And that's gonna be a perfect end. So I would like to finalize everything. I gotta figure out how to make sure I can still get my money. That's all my other places through Accenture, my investments and shit. But yeah, and then I was thinking about how to make money when I move down, because I think I'm gonna go to Colombia. I think I really am. And it's dividends, because I have 30K, in a couple places, but could I just get paid in dividends or something like that? So put 30K in, and then make 500, $600 a month? Is that possible? Because if that's possible, that would be enough right there. Also want to get into YouTube. I think I can get monetized on that pretty quickly. I think I can get 1,000 pretty quickly because I'm building like a fan base. And every time I ask them like, hey, would you guys subscribe? They're like, fuck yeah, we'd subscribe in an instant. We love you. And like, that's what happens when you provide value and you don't charge people anything. And also I can start at the end of my videos, instead of like, hey, was this helpful? Let me know. Instead I can say like, hey, if this was helpful or you would like to see more in-depth content, subscribe to my YouTube. And that way I could have a more pointed call to action instead of a comment. Still comment though for the algorithm, right? I did 5 ways to deal with loneliness. Oh. Well, with my friend's help, of course. Alright. Okay, so Ashley's... This is dumb, dude. If I could fuck her this summer, that'd be great. That'd honestly be great. I don't know, though. Ashley's kind of back in the picture. I don't know what happened last time. I don't know where you guys were caught off. Basically, the whole thing, we had a great chat. Actually, this time, it's been a week ago, last Wednesday. Had a great talk. And then then we texted a little bit. And then she tried to switch the date around on the last minute. I said, nah. And I told her how I felt about that. She said like, well, I didn't mean any malintent. And I was like, all right. And then I called her, and then she was like, well, I'm with my family, so I'm busy. I'm like, okay. But just to let you know, like and then I texted her one last I wasn't gonna even text her again. I was just getting really weird vibes. And I just texted her one last time. I was like, yeah, I just prefer talking over texting. And she took like the whole day to respond, and she's like, all right, well, thanks for sharing. And then, again, I was just gonna let it go. Just because it was just weird. It just felt weird now. And I sent one more text. I was like, hey, can we... And then it was ... and it was a gif of Will Smith doing the Men in Black flasher forget thing. And I was like, can we restart? And she didn't respond for the whole day. Didn't think much about it. I actually deleted the text thread. I've done that twice. It's a little passive aggressive thing I do, just because I can't like be analyzing the texts and stuff, because I know I didn't make a mistake, so I'll just get in my head, so I have to delete that shit. And then she sent a text the next day. It was like, yeah, sure, we can restart. Or she tried to give another bullshit excuse, like, oh, sorry, I was busy, dealing with, some people. I was like, I didn't say anything. I didn't fall for the bait. I said, okay, hope your people are okay. And now we're like getting into like just a chit chat sort of thing. We're gaining trust or whatever. I don't know. But she's still kind of texting me. She just texted me. That's why I'm responding to that. So who knows what'll happen, man. Like, I don't even know how you go on a date during quarantine. She's not going to want to touch or anything. Who knows? Also, I'm out of here in like 3 months because I gotta go, and like now is the time. It feels very much like end of a chapter in my life, and I would like to think like end of like my corporate life. And I would still like to continue performing, but I want to focus on creating content, continuing to add value, and finding some way to monetize that. So far I've got YouTube, and then I also know I could do some sort of like Patreon with some sort of tiered system for access to me. Yeah, Brian, my mentee, he's doing real well. The dude has fucked 3 chicks, he's told me, since I started helping him out. I can't believe it, to be honest. I sent him a screenshot of the text, or like the first couple messages he sent me when he asked for my help, about like how he wanted to be able to talk to girls and be more confident, blah blah blah. And he was like, "Bro, I'm crying now. I can't believe, I can't believe what's changed so quickly." So I know what I'm doing, all right, guys. If you're trying to fuck, hit me up. But apparently he's sliding in DMs. I gotta ask him about his text game. But I just put him onto another book, and yeah, I'm proud of that guy. That makes me sad now, getting back to my shit, because like right now it should be like the funnest time in Chicago. You know, June, July. Bro, I already would have been at the beach already, looking at chicks and thongs, man. Like, we've been having a great time. Ugh, I'm basically not gonna get that this year. So yeah, gonna leave. Also looking at, so Medellin, I think is gonna be the place. And I was looking at the travel restrictions there, and apparently bars and like everything opens back up August 27th, and it's almost like the world is telling me this is right. So as soon as my fiscal years ends, 5-year ends, you know, done with everything, and you know, also not really excited to jump back into the Chicago comedy scene. I don't know why anyone would, guys. Now's the perfect time to do the next thing, because you guys are just gonna get roped into another 5 years. So yeah, I think I'll leave, and probably I want to do 6 months. 6 months Medellin, and like just like living like a king, because my money goes a lot further down there. Like a dollar is $3 over there, or something like that, or 30 cents is a dollar. Essentially, 30 American cents is a Colombian dollar. So everything's like 2/3 cheaper or something, 66% off, pretty much. It's like a pizza, you know. I was watching a guy who said, you know, I ordered a pizza with tax, tip, delivery, all that bullshit. Just a regular Domino's pizza, Papa John's, whatever. It was like 30 something bucks. I was like, yeah, I think I've done that before. And then he was saying, or like a, you know, large pizza, and to get it delivered, large pizza to the house, to the door, 11 bucks, American dollars. So, right? And then I'm thinking like I could go like full blown on that and like treat myself like a king. Like I could get a trainer, I could get some cook that just like made my meals. I could get a masseuse, and like I could just focus on making content, editing videos, or even hire a video editor. And then I could just document. I can continue to making shit on social intelligence, and in addition to, I can show people like, here I am. It could also be a travel blog, but it could also be like, here I am employing these social intelligence techniques and like picking up women and talking to people with a language that I'm learning. And what I'm actually employing the most is, you know, body language, tonality, eye contact, smiling, these things that I'm teaching you guys. I'm like, so if I can do this in another country not knowing the language, you guys can do this talking to that cute girl in your class, or that cute guy in your class, or at work or whatever. So that's exciting, and it all just feels like a perfect time. You know, at 21, I would have been scared. I mean, I wouldn't have the finances to be able to do that, or the know-how. Yeah, but at 26, going on 27, I have everything I need, and like, it's like I'm just old enough, and with just enough life experience, but also young enough that I'm not tied down, and still like an 18-year-old can see themselves and me not too far off. It's perfect timing. And also like, I am riding that wave of TikTok, like I could have done with YouTube back in 2010, 2011, rode that wave, but you know, didn't stick with it. And now I understand the power of it in retrospect, in hindsight. And so I'm going to do that now. It's going to be easier to start a YouTube channel, and there's so many more ways to make money. Think about like a $5 club where people just have access to like a Discord. I think I'm a Discord, $5 a month, where we can all just chat. We can help each other out. I like that. And then there could be some sort of, I'm seeing other people that do it in like one-on-one sessions, ranging from, you know, free to, I saw Charlie Chang, which is a guy that like I'm looking up to how he's making money online, and he's like $85 for 35 minutes. I'm like, for 30 minutes, I'm like, bro, oh damn. but you know, to some to that degree, and also like I think that the highest level would be some sort of mentorship or something like that. Right now, I've done the 7-day no fap challenge. Hit me up in 7 days. And the thing is, I'm not chasing these people. I'm like, here are the answers. Now, if you want to do it, you have to do it. So I know you're serious. But if you can do it in 7 days, hit me up, and I can guide you from there. No one has hit me up after the 7-day challenge, besides Brian, which is fine with me. And bro, that guy's fucked 3 chicks, and his whole life is changing. So I know what I'm teaching is working, because I'm not teaching anything but this, how to get this right. And that's no fap. It's self-discipline. Self-discipline is self-love, and that's the foundation, right? That's the foundation of everything. Because then once you get that discipline in order, then it's going to be easier to work out consistently. It's going to be easier to eat better. You're going to feel more confident. You're going to, and that it all just tumbles into the rest of life. You're going to want to read. You're going to want to better yourself. Part of it's sex transmutation too. But yeah, I'm guiding them on that. And also I'm like tailoring what they want too. So yeah, so I'm excited for all of that. And it all feels very possible, and it all feels like now's the right time. So I really wanted to spend these next 3 months hashing out that plan for the next 6 months. Cause yeah, I see myself going down to Medellin sometime September or October. I don't want to pay, let's put it like this. I don't want to pay September rent in Chicago. So maybe I'll move into August, or fuck Chris and just move sometime in September. But yeah, actually I think I'll probably have my birthday here. Yeah. Just to like a final goodbye with all my friends. You know, we'll see what the COVID situation is like. But and then yeah, that's the end of the Chicago chapter. And I'm not saying I won't ever visit Chicago again, but I don't know if I'll ever live in Chicago again. At least not until way down the line. So LA's next. Very excited for it because it all seems doable now, and like quarantine is like just like giving me the kick in the butt that I needed to, you know, make the change and feel what life would be without, or just continuing down this road. It all seems right, and it's all like exciting too. And the next challenge, and then after 6 months, you know, we'll see what happens. If I don't get anyone pregnant down there, which, you know, I can't make that promise. I'll try to use condoms. No, but I'm going down there to fuck, and like to get big as fuck, right? Like to do me as hard, and like make money, and like just like cut out all the bullshit, and like completely value myself, but I'm able to do it with a third of the expenses, right? Yeah, and like now's the time to be doing this. 27, yeah, it's the perfect time. Oh, I'm gonna grow so much. I'm just literally, I want to be working out every day. I want to be getting fed, going out to eat, someone cooking for me every day, talking to girls every day, working on practicing Spanish, getting a Spanish tutor every day, talking to girls, learning how to dance, bachata, salsa, merengue, or I don't know what they do down there. I think it's, I don't know what the main dance is, but I would like to learn and actually go to dance classes and things like that. But it's all just focusing on my interests, and like cut out this bullshit of work, right? This idea that you have to work to live. I'm getting rid of that. And something that I was always very fascinated about, like I watched Seinfeld, and he talks about it in the beginning, where he started comedy early, and then he never had a day job. He never once had a bullshit day job. Never once worked 40 hours a week in an office. And I'd like to be able to say that now. Actually, like the only times I've done that were my 2 internships with Target and with Accenture. Both horrible experiences, and yet I thought that's what I had to be doing, right? And you know, I made money, and I learned a lot, and I think, you know, I wouldn't be the person I am today without those experiences. But now I know what I want, and I'm a little bit more confident in myself, and I know that I don't have to do that. And I can still make even more money than I was doing. So yeah, I never want to work a bullshit day job, but it's like turning me into a business. So next steps is like getting YouTube out, and then Patreon or something like that. I have to look at how Laurel's doing it. Laurel has a Patreon, and it's like, girl, they are just doing comedy on TikTok, but they're trying to push people to their Patreon. I'm like, who's paying for this? What value are you adding? Right? And I continue to just grow because all of my shit is adding value, and it's all practical information. I like really clocking down 20 minutes, man, on what it is. It's like, it's actionable items that you can implement to affect your life today. And I'm looking at other channels, and they're giving you facts or information, but it's not necessarily actionable or practical. Whereas mine, it's like, hey, do you want to be more confident? Do you want to be less lonely? Do you want to talk better? Do you want to communicate better? Each of those, I have like 5 different things or thing to do that you can use. So, bro, changing the game. And also, done with the Chicago comedy scene. And we'll see what I think in 6 months, I might have a different perspective on what exactly I want to do. But I know I want to go down to Medellin now and just explore that and get Spanish, lock down that Spanish, get it fluent. And I want to work on the accent too. And apparently the Medellin accent is literally like the sexiest Spanish accent of all. So I would like to learn that and like fluently learn how to learn how to roll my R's like no joke. Yeah, and I'm just gonna invest in myself, double down on me. All right, peace.